my gosh, I am so excited for this. This is the 5th annual Kickstart event. And this is our first time back since COVID. So I'm happy to bring this. And this is also the first time I'm doing Kickstart Prego, right? So a lot of new things. How many of you guys have been to Kickstart before? Anyone? Okay. Oh, that is some familiar faces. Okay, and I guess the rest of y'all knew, right? Oh gosh, there's a lot in store. Oh my gosh, all the information, the workshops. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, well, so this is our BGH live segment. So this is our kickoff. This is our live stream to kicking off health and wellness for you guys, right? And this is the first time that we're really connecting health and wellness with the brain, because we're big on mental health. So you're going to, our theme this year is the brain gut connection. So we feel that you can't just have mental health and therapy without also tackling what's going on inside and what you're putting in your body. So the whole expo and this whole show is going to be dedicated to the brain gut connection. So that is what you guys can expect. Now, your gut actually contains lots of neurons. And did anyone know that there is brain cells in your gut? Anybody? No. Okay, we got a couple of hands. Okay, all right, some people. So that's why what you put in your body, you may think man, why is my mood crazy? I have anxiety problems. I have all these sorts of problems, and no one ever relates what they're putting in their body to the output, their mood. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about all that. We're going to talk about all that today. And the person who is going to help us talk about nutrition and what we're putting in our bodies and how that relates to your mental health. We're going to start off with Dr. Bobby Price, AKA Dr. Holistic. He is a plant-based nutritionist and a doctor of pharmacy. Please welcome Dr. Bobby Price, Dr. Holistic. So glad to see you. So glad to see you. Yes. Please sit. We got a lot of questions to get to. A lot of stuff to get to here. So we were just talking about the brain-gut connection and brain-gut therapy, right? Tell us, do you feel that nutrition has a big part in, mental health?
Okay. That's a nice little intro.
That was a little nice.
Absolutely. It's the foundation. And the reason why it is the foundation is because we have in our gut what's called a microbiome. Mm-hmm. And it's essentially like a garden of good bacteria. And our food is what feeds it. And so determining, based on what we eat, determines the ecology or the garden in which we create inside of our gut. And so if we feed ourselves real food, divine food, then we get a divine response. We feel healthy. If we feed ourselves things that are fast food, that are processed foods, then we start to feel processed. So it has a huge connection for that reason. And also, you were talking about it earlier, as you're having this baby.
Yes, okay. A big one too.
When it begins to develop, the first part of the development is the gut. And off of the gut comes the brain. So your brain first develops in your gut, and then your brain here, your nervous system, develops off of that. And so this is why they call the gut the second brain, because a lot of the nervous system develops first in the gut, and then it lends itself to the actual brain. So they call that the enteric nervous system. And then when we're looking at the communication between the brain and the gut, this is why when we say we get an intuition that comes from our gut, we don't say it comes from our brain.
Right.
So it's just really important to understand that they're intimately connected. There's no disassociation between the two.
And, you know, Dr. Holistic, what I love about you is that, you know, this man is, one, he's vegan, okay? But he knows the perspective from the conventional side, you know, people getting medication to heal, and also the alternative side. So, you know, some people come from one perspective, but you know both. Right. And I love that about you when I'm, you know, just asking questions so you can like relate, because I mean, diabetes is something that I know that you focused on a lot in your teachings, because that's something that you've kind of experienced yourself with your family and sorts. Can you just kind of give us a little bit of background on that? Because it was really interesting to hear that a lot of people were on all this medication, but weren't really healing until they start changing your diet. So I want people to know the power of food.
Yeah, and I'll talk about this extensively later today in my session, but I grew up in a family where, you know, we were riddled with everything. I mean, cancer, diabetes, hypertension. All of my grandparents passed away by the time I was in the 10th grade. And so it was common in our family to have high blood pressure. It was common to see somebody with diabetes. It became so common that we thought it was normal. So like getting diabetes or pre-diabetes or hypertension, we looked at it as normal. It's like, well, it runs in my family. And so for me, I got diagnosed when I was 16 with high blood pressure. And this was despite the fact that I was an athlete, only about 7% body fat, went on to college to play sports as well too, still diagnosed with high blood pressure. And so again, I run it back. I think this is just what runs in my family. And so it wasn't until I started seeing people my age come into the hospital in their 20s with strokes, heart attacks, cancer, et cetera, that I said, okay, so this is gonna be me. I never associated the fact that I had hypertension, the fact that could have a heart attack. And this was the sort of visual, like, premonition to what was gonna come for me. So this is really what started my personal journey was, okay, this really isn't helping people the way that I went to school and learned how to do it, because most of the people who were having heart attacks and strokes, they were on medication when they had the heart attack or stroke. So that was the moment for me that I was like, okay, so we got to do something different. There's something else.
And that something else was food. And speaking of food, and as it relates to mental health, we got some top foods that we want to display. And I hope if you can, you know, let us know what these top foods do to help heal mentally. Gotcha. So my first one is avocados.
Okay.
How does that help mentally, help someone heal mentally in their journey?
Well, a large percentage of the brain is fat. Okay. And so if you want to have a healthy brain, then you have to eat healthy fats. The unfortunate thing is most of the fats that we're eating are not only unhealthy, but they're actually toxic. So a lot of seed oils, a lot of saturated fats, a lot of trans fats. These are the things that are actually, instead of being anti-inflammatory, they're actually inflammatory, not only to the body, but also the brain. Okay, so that's one really good thing about an avocado is that an avocado is loaded with the healthy fat, the omega-3s that are anti-inflammatory. The other huge benefit is that they're loaded with potassium. Okay, more potassium than a banana. And so a lot of the things that we like when we think about even oranges, we think vitamin C, but vitamin C in terms of like an orange is very low on the scale of when we're looking at food. So avocado is another one of those when it comes to getting the potassium that you need. And potassium, if you don't have enough potassium, you're going to have high blood pressure. Okay.
Well, I know the avocados is good for Prego people too.
Yes,
so
indeed.
I'm eating my avocado.
And the beautiful thing about nature is when you look at an avocado, it looks like a baby being formed.
I never thought about that.
So that's one of the things that's beautiful about nature is if you can't figure out what it is, what food you need to get in your diet for whatever you got going on, just look at nature, it'll tell you that.
I hope y'all writing this down. We got people writing. She got the book out. Yes. Okay. Next, blueberries.
Blueberries, I call them my snack because blueberries are what I eat when I'm doing work, before a workout, after a workout. And the reason why blueberries are a perfect snack is because not only are you getting what are called anthocyanins, which are flavonoids. These flavonoids are good for the vision. These flavonoids are also good for the heart as well, too. And if you take a look at our community, the number one killer of African-American women is heart disease.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to be putting this type of food in your body consistently. I tell everybody, you should make your lifestyle prevention. Because an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cures. When you're preventing, you don't need a cure. So that's the beautiful thing about blueberries is you're going to get this anthocyanins that are good for vision, also good for the heart. You're also going to get a load of antioxidants, which are going to boost the immune system. And we know that we've had a lot of issues in the last couple of years around our immune system and that being compromised. They also have what are called prebiotics. Prebiotics are the little fibers that feed the good bacteria in your gut. Okay. And if you don't feed them, the bad bacteria overgrows. You understand? So you got to eat foods that feed the good stuff so that then it can help prevent certain things, because certain good bacteria will actually create its own antibiotics. Okay, I want to repeat that again. The antibiotics you go to your doctor to get.
That ruin your gut?
Yeah, that ruin your gut. You have good bacteria in your gut that when you properly feed and nourish them, they create their own antibiotics. Okay, so it's just really important to understand.
That's new to me because I definitely didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I know we have a lot of questions. So I just want to cut to Lisa. We can, get, some questions from the audience. I want to cut to Maya. Maya, I know you have some questions from the audience. Can you give us what some people want to know for asking Dr. Holistic?
Yes. So, hello, Dr. Price. How are you?
How you doing?
So, for those who are interested in taking that holistic approach, where do we start?
Yeah. I always tell people you got to start here because we've been programmed in such a way that we think there's a pill for every ill. We think that when we get sick, we got to get a pill. And we don't think first we need to change our habits. We don't think it's the food. We don't even make the connection the food is what's causing us to have this ailment.
Right.
So the first thing you need to do is change how you think and reprogram how you think, because the commercials, the language that doctors give, healthcare professionals give, health agencies give, they have just made us essentially consumers of pharmaceutical products. So you got to change this first. The next thing is you got to get committed to yourself. Okay? A lot of people are so committed to other people, especially women. They're so committed to everybody else's journey and making sure everybody else is good, but they don't do it for themselves. So you got to get committed to yourself. And then I would say the third thing is you really have to understand that nothing supersedes nature. Nature is just a physical manifestation of the divine. And when you put it in your body, it knows exactly what to do. It knows where you're aching. It knows where you're ailing. It knows how to correct it. It understands your biochemistry. Whereas when you're using something else, it has no understanding of that. There's no connection between the two.
And I should point out before we leave here is vegetation over medication. So a lot of what you're saying and the different recipes and how people can start to take the approach of living a healthier lifestyle and being healed through the power of nutrition is in that book. All the different recipes. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And I hope you got those books here today.
Yeah, we got some books.
Okay, just want to, yes. Vegetate, I'm telling you, y'all, I have that. And there's some really cool recipes in there and some cool smoothies and stuff like that. And it's so interesting. You even address, like, you talk about the gut, you address H. pylori in there. And people, I'm telling y'all, that book, you got to get.
It's basically the answer to her question.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Dr. Holistic, thank you so much for joining us today. And check him out. If you're not in his workshop, definitely go by his table today. Thank you.
Blessing.
So much again. Thank you. All right, y'all. We'll be right back after the break with Ashley Darby.
Feel like yourself again, the mother, the lover, the friend. Feel like yourself again, not tired and exhausted and at your wit's end. Feel like yourself again, having fun, loving yourself and others. Feel like yourself again. It's time to heal and live. If you or someone you know is struggling with their mental well-being, book an appointment today at the BGH Clinic for Women's Health, a safe space for women of color to take control of their mental well-being and feel like themselves again. Feel like yourself again, the mother, the lover, the friend. Feel like yourself again, not tired and exhausted and at your wit's end. Feel like yourself again, having fun, loving yourself and others. Feel like yourself again. It's time to heal and live. If you or someone you know is struggling with their mental well-being, book an appointment today at the BGH Clinic for Women's Health, a safe space for women of color to take control of their mental well-being and feel like themselves again. Feel like yourself again, the mother, the lover, the friend. Feel like yourself again, not tired and exhausted and at your wit's end. Feel like yourself again, having fun, loving yourself and others. Feel like yourself again. It's time to heal and live. If you or someone you know is struggling with their mental well-being, book an appointment today at the BGH Clinic for Women's Health, a safe space for women of color to take control of their mental well-being and feel like themselves again.
All right, all right, all right. So I told you I'm going to bring out Ashley Darby, right? So yoga. How many of y'all do yoga? Okay, all right. So yoga is really important. And it's especially important if you're dealing with all the things on the Potomac Housewives, right? You got to have some yoga, right? So without further ado, I'm just going to bring out no other than Miss Ashley Darby.
Or afternoon, I should say.
And look at beautiful.
Yes,
Beautiful.
how are you?
Look at
Wow,
beautiful.
so do you.
Yeah,
Stunning.
girl, I'm trying to do my yoga and everything
How
in the
far
morning.
along
Girl,
are you?
Girl, we are 8 months and a half, about to
Okay.
pop at any time.
Yeah, this is the finish line.
Yes. So doing that, what is it? With the dirty dog or whatever?
The down dog?
Or
No,
whatever.
okay, but that's not you.
No.
You're not supposed to be doing that.
No. The dirty dog is what got me here.
That's right.
We just doing that. Yeah.
That's right.
But anyway, so do you use yoga to kind of like stay sane on the show?
Yeah, so I actually started my yoga journey back in 2017 when I first separated from my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just really going through it because I was also keeping my separation private. I wasn't sharing it with anybody. So I was just going through it. And I was living in my friend's den because I wasn't getting my own apartment yet. So I was living in this den that literally was only big enough for one yoga mat. And I was doing YouTube yoga. And then I went down to Florida and I got certified. And that's all she wrote.
So you got to tell me something. Be honest with me. What housewife makes you do yoga the most?
I would have to say it's probably Karen because, but to Karen's credit, she'll do it with me.
Okay.
I think we probably need it for each other.
Right.
So it works out.
Okay. Tell me about this athleisure line that you're doing with Giselle.
Yes.
Yeah. So that has started. You started that athleisure line.
We did.
What is the kind of the premise of this line?
Yes. So G&A, Giselle and Ashley, we initially started it. It was born as a brainchild because I was at the gym and I was working out really hard and I looked down and I was wearing light colored pants, but this whole section was dark.
Ooh.
Right? And I was like, the coochie sweat is sweating. And so Giselle, we talked about how that's a thing. And so that was where it was born from, of wanting to address that problem. We're still working on that, but we've decided to also incorporate more wellness because we want you to look good in what you're wearing, but also to feel good with what you're doing with your body. So we now have G&A Fusion. We had our first event on June 1st. We raised $15,000 for the National Brain Tumor Society at that event. Giselle lost her dad to brain cancer. So yeah, unfortunately, and the anniversary of his passing is coming up. So
wow. And it's very, the line is fitting for yoga.
It
as
is.
well, definitely.
Yeah.
So I think it's important. A lot of us don't have a lot of time to go to a yoga class, but we deal with the stress. We talk about mental health and we deal with everyday stressors. I would love it if you can kind of give us some top little techniques that people can do really quickly if they don't have a lot of time.
Sure.
And maybe they're not as flexible. Maybe they're like me and we can't move that much.
Yeah.
So I want to, in doing that, I want to get 3 people. If 3 people can come on the stage for us. Okay, let's get 3. Come on, friends. So we can demonstrate. Come on stage for us. We got one right there. We got another one. Come on stage. We got one right there. We need 3. Okay, 1, 2, and that girl in the purple. The one in the purple. Yeah, that's you. There you go. If you could park right here. Yes. Right here on stage.
All right.
And Ashley is going to tell us, give us some tricks on what we can do really quickly. So yeah, you could just get a mat right there. There you go. Absolutely.
Okay. We'll start seated.
Okay.
Yeah. Face off, and wherever you're comfortable. I think the most underrated tool that a lot of people don't realize is your breath and your breathing is so helpful in regulating your mood, your body, all of that. So we'll start first with some deep breaths. And when we do deep breaths, we take air in through the diaphragm. So a lot of us breathe in our shoulders and our shoulders go up and down. But in actuality, we want to expand from the diaphragm and have the air flow up and out. Okay. So we'll start with some deep breathing. We're going to inhale through the nose and then work on trying to keep your shoulders down, but fully expanding the diaphragm. So inhale, we'll do it 3 times, and then exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, taking all that air into your body, and exhale. And there's something, I have a yoga demo coming up at 3, but there's something called ujjayi, or fire breath, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And fire breath is sometimes when you're very frustrated and you just feel like you need to scream, okay? You might want to do this in a privacy without everybody around, but you'll inhale and then you will exhale. Actually, this is lion's breath. We're going to do lion's breath. You're going to exhale like that, really strong.
Ah.
So again, inhale through the diaphragm, and then we're going to you don't want to sigh.
No,
you
okay.
no audible
Was that
sigh.
too hard? That wasn't
No, you
wasn't
went,
right.
ah.
Oh, okay.
We're not sighing. It's actually breath. So one more time, we're going to go inhale. Yeah, that feels so good. I feel better myself. Another thing that's really good is when we do some supine twists. So if we want to get into, what do we call it? Cross leg. There's a PC term now. Cross leg, right? And we want to start with our neck. So we'll do some neck bends just like this, right? So you take your hand, you're trying to keep your left shoulder down. So your right hand is on your head, pulling it to the right side, but our left shoulder staying down. This helps release a lot of the tension. A lot of us carry tension in our shoulders and in our necks, right? So we inhale and we'll release it. Take another deep breath in. And then on the exhale, we're going to do the other side. Remember, trying to keep the right shoulder down, using the left hand now to take the head over to the left side. Also helps to try to keep your chin going up, not down into your chest, but keeping it up this way. And release. Another thing I really like to do is clasping my hands behind my back and leaning forward. Try to lift your hands if you can, because there's a lot of tension. So when we're on our computers, right, and everything is facing this way, we drive this way. It's really nice if we counteract that and we try to get it, a backward motion, right? That helps. You can release when you're ready, but you definitely want to feel a nice stretch here in your shoulder blades when you do it, and you want to feel a nice pulling sensation, like a nice stretch right in your shoulders. Yeah.
So this is stuff I can do being prego.
You
like
can.
I can tolerate this.
Yes.
I can do this.
Well, you can't. Well, so do you want to do pregnancy, or do you want to do?
I do want to get
I
a
have
little
some special
I need
pregnancy
some stuff too, because I'm having issues.
Yeah. Well, as you for that last month of pregnancy, it's like everything just culminates.
Right.
It's like everything just pulling down. I know.
It's going down.
Yeah, it's going down. So now we'll get into more pregnancy-friendly yoga. And just so you know, for pregnancy, we don't do anything involving the core because your abs are right here. Both of your abs are on either side, right? So we're going to do anything for the core. And we also want to make sure we're doing our breath for when you give birth.
Right.
That breath is so important when you give birth, child. Let me tell you. Yes. And your body has a hormone called relaxin when you're pregnant, and that's it's loosening up your joints. So you're actually a little more prone to injury when you're pregnant. So you have to be extra careful because you're a little more languid, right? Yeah. Now, so for pregnant women, cat-cow is a really good one. So we would get on our hands and knees in a tabletop position. Okay. There we go. So on the inhale, you're going to arch your back like a cat and take your head up. And then on the exhale, you're going to draw your spine up like a cow. We'll do that 3 times. Inhale, looking up, eyes go up, gaze goes up. Exhale, we're bringing it back in, chin to chest. Well, that sounds good. And then one more, taking it up.
Ashley, I'm so glad that you mentioned this one because y'all, this helped flip my breech baby because my baby was breech, but doing the cat-cows flipped it.
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So these cat-cows really work.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay, looking good, ladies. All right, now we're going to move to our goddess squat. So we'll stand up onto our feet now. So a regular squat, which you can never underestimate, a squat is just so good for our bodies. But when you're pregnant and you have your center of gravity is a little off, like Portia's is right now, instead of doing a full squat, you just come down like this, right? So you got your belly in the middle. So I hope y'all don't see nothing. Sorry if you do. I'm wearing panties today. So your arms will come up and you'll bring it down. Imagining you have a baby like Portia. Yeah, So now you're feeling a little stretch. If you feeling a little bit more uncomfortable, you can take your legs even wider. And that will help you just stretch out. Again, this is also preparing the body for birth, right? Bending the knees, stretching the body, helping.
I can do that. I can.
This is good. This is good.
This is I'm getting prepared.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Looking good, babes. Okay. The last one we'll do is a low lunge. A low lunge is also really helpful. We don't want to be doing too much, right? But with a low lunge, we'll come down and we'll extend. Look at me like I can do this. You're going to extend your right or left leg. Your right or left leg will come out, right? And then we're going to extend this opposite leg, whichever one you choose. Extend the opposite leg like in a runner's lunge. Yeah, there you go. Now your knee can come off the ground or stay on the ground, whichever is more comfortable for you. And modify it to whatever you're comfortable. And then you can put your hands at your chest or you can put your hands up, whichever is most comfortable. There you go. Look at my yogis right here.
Yes.
That's right. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Definitely.
Yeah. So these are all very helpful. And even if you aren't pregnant, but you want to just do something that's a little low impact, it's really good to stretch out our hamstrings, our glutes, our shoulders, all that good stuff. So practice that breathing.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for volunteering. We give it up for them.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for being our demo people.
And Ashley, you were amazing, full of information. So thank you so much for coming on the show. Check out, she has her yoga workshop too, y'all.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yes. I know a lot of y'all are registered for her yoga workshop, so she'll be going in more detail.
Yes, 45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes worth. All right, well, we'll be back with Monique Samuels.
Yes,
thank you all.
my girl. Thank you, Bertram. Yes. Bye, everybody. See y'all later.
Are you ready? Y'all know who's coming up next, right? A live streaming talk show aimed to transform everyday minority women into well-informed, healthier individuals.
The liver is overloaded if you have estrogen dominance. That is one of the causes of uterine fibroids, and broccoli is the #1 vegetable that helps to balance hormones.
How many do we got?
Give me 5 more. Give me 5 more seconds. And this is one of my favorites, almond and marshmallow. Marshmallow is such a good rectangular.
One thing that stood out to me is the linen sleeves. I want to go straight to it. Thank you for joining us. Get every day I'm hustling. That's it for BGH Live. Cast member of Love and Marriage DC, and currently she is on WPGC's radio morning show as a host. Yes. Please welcome Miss Monique Samuels. Yes, you look fabulous. Oh my gosh, please, sit. Yes. All right, let's get right to it. Let's not waste any time. So I want to go, and what a lot of people don't know about you is the essential oils. So I want to go
Yes.
right to it.
Okay.
With your line of essential oils. How often do you use it to reduce your stress? Because you're wearing many hats.
Every day, all day. I use essential oils. I literally have replaced my medicine cabinet, my self-care routine. All of it is centered around essential oils. There's so many benefits. Today I'm wearing my signature scent. Everybody keeps coming up to me like, oh, you smell good. I'm like, well, go ahead to my booth. But yeah, it's Millie signature scent. The oils that are in it uplift you. It decreases your stress levels. There's so many ways you can use them. You use them topically. You can use them in a diffuser. You can like put them right on your forehead. If you have a headache, I have an essential oil called Head Aid. I have essential oils for sleep, breathing, nature's antibiotic, as we talked about on my live on Instagram a few days ago. Oregano essential oil is like something that everyone needs in their medicine cabinet. It is good for so many different things, but I use them on a daily basis. One of my favorites is anti-stress, and it really does help with road rage. So you need that in this area.
and speaking of like, when we talk about the brain gut connection and the oregano oil and just kind of helping kill things, bad stuff that's going on in your body.
Yes.
That oregano oil probably is really good to use.
It's absolutely. So one thing about essential oils that I like to explain to people is that bad stuff, bacteria, fungus, parasites, all of those different things, they cannot thrive in the same atmosphere as essential oils. So what it does is it helps to eradicate those things. So whenever you're using them, if you're having a cold symptom, if you use it right away, it helps to kill those germs before they're able to replicate. And the thing that most people get caught up with when you're using essential oils, you have to make sure that you're using it constantly in the beginning, because you want to keep reapplying. So sometimes it's like, oh, that's too much work. But if you do it and you stick to it, you'll notice that you'll feel better a lot faster than if you're taking something that's over the counter.
So talk to us about, Millie, tell this, your line here.
Yes.
Like, what was the mission kind of behind it? Like, was there a moment where you were like, I need to start something that people can start to heal naturally from? Like,
Yes.
was there a pivotal moment that happened in your life?
Absolutely. When I became a mom.
Okay.
So when I became a mom, my son at the time was 10 months old. He had recurring sinus infections, and the doctors kept trying to give him antibiotics for it. But the thing about when you have different infections, you don't know if they're caused by fungus or if it's caused by bacteria. So if you're giving me, or if it's viral. So if you're giving me an antibiotic for something that's viral, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what was causing it, but I knew I wasn't going to give my 10-month-old antibiotics. So I started researching, and I found out that rosemary essential oil is amazing for sinuses and sinus infections. I started applying rosemary essential oil with olive oil over his nose, like literally every hour. Within 3 days, it completely cleared up. He was 10 months old. He's 11 years old now. He's never had a sinus infection again since.
Oh my God.
So I became, thank you. I became an immediate believer because I was like, oh, this is natural healing without having to have other ailments pop up. Like it actually teaches your body how to repair itself. So it encourages your body to strengthen in the areas where they're weak. So for instance, for like hormones, people have so many issues with their hormones, whether it's menopause, premenopause, or just dealing with your cycle. I have an essential oil called Hormonal Symmetry, which a lot of my dedicated customers, if they run out of hormonal symmetry and it's that time of the month, they're DMing me, they're emailing me, can you ship this overnight? I ran out and I started my cycle, and they know that it helps soothe cramps. So it's something that balances the hormones for people who have gone through menopause. You literally apply it like you would perfume on your wrists, rub it together, rub it on your neck near your carotid arteries, and it helps when you're using it daily so that your hormones are more balanced.
I was gonna ask you, where do you rub it? Like, where do you put the essential oils to be most effective?
Most effective always under the feet. If you're starting out new or you have young children and you're like, I want to try it, but I don't want to put it like right on their chest or right on their forehead, you can put it underneath the feet. You have points in your feet that correlate with every major organ in your entire body, so it will go where it needs to go.
I know we have some questions from the audience, so I'm going to go to Miss Maya Price. So tell us, what are people wanting to know about Monique?
So Monique, we have to ask, out of all these fabulous essential oils you have, which one is your favorite and why?
Definitely going to be oregano. It's my favorite because, like I said, it's nature's antibiotic. If you have a sore throat, if you're feeling sick, if you have a fever, anything. It's literally like an antibiotic, the same way that you would use it. It gets right to the source. I like to mix my oregano with black seed oil, and I make capsules. Ooh. I use those daily. It's good for cleaning out your insides, because it's going to kill those bacteria, parasites, all of the things that we deal with on a daily basis. It really does strengthen your immune system, and it helps you so that you're less likely to get sick.
All right. Well, Mila Eve Essentials, Monique is selling them. She has a vendor booth here. Yes. So all day. So you guys got to check it out and test these essentials for yourself. So she's going to be here doing that. Thank you so much, yes, Monique. I appreciate you.
Thank you for
coming
having
on our
me.
show
Thank
today.
Thank
you again, so much. Thank you. All right. We'll be right back after the break with Miss Joy Carter. So stay with us.
Feel like yourself again. The mother, the lover, the friend. Feel like yourself again, not tired and exhausted and at your wit's end. Feel like yourself again, having fun, loving yourself and others. Feel like yourself again. It's time to heal and live. If you or someone you know is struggling with their mental well-being, book an appointment today at the BGH Clinic for Women's Health, a safe space for women of color to take control of their mental well-being and feel like themselves again.
Are you ready? Y'all know who's coming up next, right? A live streaming talk show aimed to transform everyday minority women into well-informed, healthier individuals.
The liver is overloaded. If you have estrogen dominance, that is one of the causes.
Marriage DC. We have Miss Joy Carter in the building. And she is married to Clifton Petty, and she's here to join us and talk about some relationships and how she maintains a healthy relationship on national TV. So please welcome Miss Joy Carter.
Oh, y'all can do better than that.
I know. Thank you so much for coming on our show. Please take a sit. Now because relationships are big and everybody is trying to, be ready to love and find love. And I know you started on Ready to Love. So can you just tell us, is what we see on TV and relationships, do you feel like you have to keep it a certain way for the cameras, your relationship a certain way because we are on camera?
I don't know how to explain that one.
We got to be honest here.
Well, to be honest, the one thing is we always have a conversation.
Right.
We have a conversation about things that we're not going to talk about because those are our boundaries as a couple. Right. But as far as anything else, we try to give you the most and the realest stuff we possibly can. However, there are things that take precedence over your relationship. And normally that's drama.
Right. Do you ever feel like you want to curse Clifton out, but you just don't because the cameras are rolling?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, I
curse each other out
I
anyway,
always feel like that.
No.
I'll be like, oh man, if these people were not at this house right now, honey, I would be cursing you out.
No, listen, we really do have a peaceful home. The cursing out. No, I mean, can I curse?
Well, this isn't national TV. We got to kind of keep it but
okay.
We should probably keep it PG.
Look, my husband is a hoe.
Right. Oh, okay.
He is, but he's a very honest hoe.
Right.
So our household is very peaceful. So there aren't moments on TV where I'm like, what the? No, because it's always in the morning.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I have my coffee. I'm good. I'm straight. But yeah, no.
So how do you guys handle disagreements? How do you handle disagreements and conflicts?
Not talk to each other for a week. Just kidding. We really don't argue as much. Okay. I think for us, we process a little longer than we should. And I think that's something that we're working on. So when I say it's kind of a quiet household, it really is. It's not that we're not addressing the problems. It's just that we're still learning how to even talk to one another. Right. Like I speak Japanese, he speaks Mandarin. We have the same message, but we're not right now. Our communication isn't amazing. It's not perfect, but we still find ways to still love each other in the process, even if we have not addressed every single issue. The one thing is that there's still a kiss. I still make his tea. You know, there's still a kiss in the morning. There's still, you know what I mean? So we always find a way to talk about it. And in it, it's like we still have to like kiss each other at the end of whatever that resolution is. Because it's like, I still like you today.
I know we have a question from the audience for you, Joy. So I'm going to go to Maya.
Hi,
hey,
Joy. Yeah, so could you share some advice on how you create a healthy balance between you being independent and togetherness in your relationship?
Well, continue to be independent. But in it, as couples, you have to set these goals as couples, things that you know that both of you want to do together. Still maintain your independence, but also try to, in a sense, educate your partner on what it is that you do, because they may take an interest in that also. So independence doesn't mean separation. It just means that my interests are different, but I want you to be aware and know what I do. And you may even like it or want to do it too. But everything is a conversation. I know that him and I like a lot of things, and there are things that he does not like. However, he will still come and support. I appreciate that.
All right, well, y'all give it up for Miss Joy Carter. That was quick. Thank you, Joy. Thank you so much. All right, well, ladies, right after the break, we got Miss Michelle Williams, so stay with us.
Feel like yourself again. The mother, the lover, the friend. Feel like yourself again. Not tired and exhausted and at your wit's end. Feel like yourself again. Having